And we do have a quorum present. Appreciate you, those of you that are here this evening and everything. Jan is going to lead us in the pledge, and Kim will read the mission statement for us, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas pledge. Honor the Texas
flag. Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Jan.
The board mission statement. Tolosa Midway Independent School District educates every student to be a lifelong learner, a person of integrity, and a positive contributor to society.
Thank you, Kim. The next item on the agenda is public comment. Before we begin, I'll remind our audience members of the board's procedure for handling public comment as found in Board Policy BED Local. Because if there is not a regular board meeting, public comments are available to members of the public who wish to address a meeting item are limited to discussion items on tonight's agenda. Anyone who wants to speak during the public comment must sign up prior to the start of the meeting and list the agenda item subject they want to discuss. Each public comment speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes to address the board. Any public testimony speaker who is speaking to a translator will receive up to 5 minutes to address the board. If you have signed up for an item not on tonight's agenda or speaking on a non-agenda item, you will be disqualified from speaking at tonight's meeting and may speak at a next regular board meeting or any time the subject is listed on a board meeting agenda. The public addressing tonight's agenda items allows all speakers to have signed up before the start of the meeting to address the board regarding an item on tonight's agenda. Please keep your comments or criticisms civil and courteous. Please also avoid using profanity and refrain from making personal attacks on others during your opportunity to speak. Last, we ask that you not discuss students who are not your own child. Yelling, inappropriate, uncivil, or discriminatory comments will not be permitted. I also caution you that your public comments should not complain about individual school employees by name or position or other than your own child. Identify students pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.074, 551.0821, and 551.082. As presiding officer, I'm obligated to determine whether persons addressing the board has attempted to administratively resolve any complaints or grievances about which they want to address the board that involve district officers or employees. In the event your comment in the judgment of the presiding officer constitutes a complaint or charge against an employee or officer, it may be necessary for me to interrupt you and ask you to stop and direct you to proceed with the school's district's formal grievance procedure or have the item heard in an executive session depending on the nature of the complaint. If a speaker is seeking board resolution of a specific complaint, that concern should be addressed through the district's grievance process, which can be found online and include policies DGBA and FNG and GF. Grievance forms can be obtained at any campus administration office or in the central administration office. Our first speaker will be Ms. Sylvia Henderson.
I'm Mexican. I'm 100% Mexican, but my husband is not. Good afternoon. I would just want to address the whole board. It says, first of all, we need board members that represent us, not only because the majority of you, they're not Hispanic, but because we need somebody. Well, some of you haven't had children in 20 years in the district, but because you don't care for the well-being of our children and you're out of touch with the needs of the district and this community. And I'm not raised over here. I'm new here. I have barely 11 years here, but that's what I have seen so far. We need change. We need change. We need speed bumps. We need crossing guards. Our special education department needs to improve a lot. Our school district needs to improve. Our kids deserve better. my whole thing is we're going to hold you accountable. At least I'm going to do it, and I'm going to try to do it on all the media that I have on my hands, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, because you need to improve. On the 11 years, I haven't seen change in this district. I'm the only one who cares for the kids, for the safety. I'm the one who put speed bump over there in Charles. I went to the traffic department, and they said, well, the school doesn't care. None of the officials have come and asked for it. So it's disappointing that when you go and ask things that are common sense for traffic lights and for the intermediate, stuff that are common sense that, I wasn't even here 2 years when I asked for the speed bump, and I pay for it. And I didn't mind, because the safety of my kids and my neighbors matters to me. I don't know if it matters to y'all, but to me matters. And it's one thing that at least I have seen that some of you don't really care. You need to do better. You need to do better, because you're not going to be here in the next election. I'm going to make sure all of you are not here if you're not doing your job. I know it's free. I know you're doing this out of your heart, but you need to do better for our community, for our kids. We're supposed to evolve, improve, nor stay the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jeannie Angiano?
My name is Janie Angiano. Tonight I am here before you to plead with you to end this crisis that has taken on the appearance of a standoff and not an attempt to an agreeable solution. If you are going to reinstate Dr. Fernandez, do it, but hold him to the high standards of this district. If the agreement is to terminate, then do so. There will be no winners. Our district needs to begin to heal. Our district is still a good district, despite remarks made in the boardroom that TM is no longer the school of choice. TM's reputation as a school of choice has been knocked down, trampled, and cloaked in disgrace. There are still rumors flying out there that the superintendent was placed on leave because he uncovered fraudulent grading practices at the high school, that this is a racial intent and that it is retaliation. You all know that that's not true. These people don't. The community does not know. Social media is the devil. Rumors spreading, recruitment of people to speak up in the defense of the superintendent is morally and ethically wrong. In an early board meeting, this boardroom was overflowing with highly qualified teachers and staff, and numbers spilled out into the lobby, to a packed lobby. Look around. Where are they? They left TM. Highly qualified, tenured teachers and staff, the numbers exceeding over 70, could no longer work among the hostile environment of bullying, harassment, and disparaging attacks on the teachers' professions. This needs to be settled. All of these humiliating attacks were mostly directed at the high school staff. This needs to be over so that people in this community can know the truth. They're asking for transparency. Give it to them. Tell them the truth. It's about performance, not retaliation. TM is my school. I am very passionate about my school. I have lived in this district all my life, graduated from TM, and worked here for 25 years. I know most of you are TM alumnus. You know the alma mater. If you're not from TM, read the alma mater. We are the sons and daughters of they who planned our fame. For you will strive to add new laurels, fresh upon our treasured name. Please honor that heartful pledge written decades ago and get our school back, and give us our school back. This is a school of choice. It always has been.
Ms. Rose Perez?
Good evening. I stand before you once again. I'm Rose Perez, recently retired after 32 years at this wonderful district. This was and is my district of choice. I know this has not been easy. I thank you
I believe that you have always had the district, student, community, and staff's best interest at heart. There is one reason we're here, and that reason is not retaliation. We are here because of the many negative and destructive comments and actions that have been said and done, which have impacted the campuses, administration, and most everywhere. My voice is for the high school. So let's go back to when this began, early January, February of this year. Every board member received letters from numerous teachers expressing their valid concerns regarding Dr. Fernandez. 5 passionate, wonderful teachers spoke to those concerns. Almost 60 plus of us stood before you, something none of us have ever done. Those concerns have been brought to your attention at several board meetings. Over 70 dedicated faculty and staff have left this district, all in a matter of months. How do you replace what you have lost? All we've been asking for is to be listened to, hear those concerns. In addition, in the non-TEA investigation, other district personnel have expressed their concerns. Don't dismiss us. TM has lost enough. For the record, Dr. Fernandez capriciously removed Mr. Benito Portillo in mid-December 2020 as a high school principal and attempted to tarnish his reputation by accusing and reporting him to the Texas Education Agency for grading irregularities. His certificate was flagged at TEA for 7 months with the possible loss of his livelihood. Those accusations were unfounded and dismissed by the Texas Education Agency. Mr. Portilla's reputation is intact, as it should be. I leave you with this. Why is TM considered the school of choice? TM graduates are productive citizens, nurses, teachers, engineers, doctors, lawyers, community leaders, industry partners, welders, phlebotomists, soldiers, U.S. Military Academy graduates. We have celebrated and been recognized for state and national achievements in robotics, speech and debate, boys and girls athletics, UIL academics, the arts and humanities. TM has always been open to innovation and has always thought outside the box. Let us not forget who we are. We are the schools of choice, every campus. Thank you for your time.
Thank you all for speaking this evening. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. We're going to go into closed session at this time. The board will convene a closed meeting as authorized by Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551 for possible. Pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, discussion regarding the superintendent's employment status, the investigation report of the superintendent's job performance, the possible reinstatement of the superintendent, the possible placement of the superintendent on administrative leave with or without pay, a possible resignation agreement, and the possible proposed termination of the superintendent's employment contract. Pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, consultation with attorney regarding legal issues related to the superintendent's employment status, the investigation report of the superintendent's job performance, the possible reinstatement of the superintendent, the possible placement of the superintendent on administrative leave with or without pay, a possible resignation agreement, and the possible proposed termination of the superintendent's employment contract. If a closed session item requires action, the board shall take such action upon reconvening in open session 551.102. A certified agenda of closed session is maintained, 551.103, and items are posted and disclosed in accordance with law 551.104. It is 6:14 p.m., October the 15th, 2021. We are in closed session. Thank you. It is 10:32 PM, October the 15th, 2021. We're back in open session. Conclusion from closed meeting. I move that we schedule a special call board meeting for October the 19th, 2021 at 1 PM to consider a mutual agreement with the superintendent regarding his employment contract. Information motion? Second? Second. All those in favor? Those opposed? Okay, there is 5 for, 2 opposed. All right. There is no further business. Do we have a motion to adjourn, please? First, second? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries. It's 10:33 PM, October 15, 2021. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Can I get that motion?
Huh?
Can I get that motion?